Fundamentals of English Grammar, 3rd edition, written by Scrampfer Azar. Page 44. Exercise 20. Verb tense and irregular verb review. Directions. Complete the sentences with the verbs in parentheses. Use the simple past, simple present, or past progressive. Once upon a time, a king and his 3 daughters lived in a castle in a faraway land. One day, while the king was thinking about his daughters, he had an idea. He formed a plan for finding husbands for them.
When it came time for the 3 daughters to marry, the king announced his plan. He said, "I'm going to take 3 jewels to the fountain in the center of the village. The young men meet together there every day. The 3 young men who find the jewels will become my daughter's husbands."
The next day, the king chose 3 jewels, an emerald, a ruby, and a diamond, and took them to the village. He held them in his hand and walked among the young men. First, he dropped the emerald, then the ruby, and then the diamond. A handsome man picked up the emerald. Then a wealthy prince spotted the ruby and bent down to pick it up. The king was very pleased.
But then a frog hopped toward the diamond and picked it up. The frog broke the diamond to the king and said, "I'm the frog prince. I claim your 3rd daughter as my wife."
When the king told Tina, his 3rd daughter, about the frog prince, she refused to marry him. When the people of the land heard the news about the frog and the princess, they laughed and laughed. "Have you heard the news?" The people said to each other, "Princess Tina is going to marry a frog."
Tina felt terrible. She said, "I am the unluckiest person in the world." She fell to the floor and sobbed. No one loved her. She believed her father didn't understand her. She hid from her friends and kept her pain in her heart. Every day, she grows sadder and sadder. Her 2 sisters have grand weddings. Their wedding bell rings with joy across the land.
Eventually, Tina left the castle. She ran away from her family and went to live in the woods by herself. She ate simple food, drank water from the lake, cut her own firewood, washed her own clothes, swept the floor herself, made her own bed, and took care of all her own needs. But she was very lonely and unhappy.
One day, Tina went swimming. The water was deep and cold. Tina swam for a long time and became very tired. While she was swimming back toward the shore, she lost the desire to live. She quit trying to swim to safety. She was drowning when the frog suddenly appeared and with all his strength pushed Tina to the shore. He saved her life.
"Why did you save my life, Wolf?" "Because you are very young and
Very young.
Because you are very young and you have a lot to live for."
"No, I don't," said the princess. I am the most miserable person in the whole universe.
Let's talk about it, said the frog. And they began to talk. Tina and the frog prince sat together for hours and hours. Frog listened and understood. He told understood. He told her about himself and his own unhappiness and loneliness. They shared their minds and hers. Day after day, they
Which one? They share?
they shared their minds.
Yeah, they share. They
They
shared
shared.
their minds
They shared their minds and hers
and hearts.
and hearts. Day after day, they spent hours with each other. They talked, laughed, played, and worked together.
One day while they were sitting near the lake, Tina bent down and with great affection kissed the frog on his forehead. Poof! Suddenly, the frog turned into a man. He took Tina in his arms and said, "You saved me with your kiss. Outside, I look like a frog, but you see inside and find the real me. Now, I'm afraid. An evil white wizard had turned me into a frog until I found the love of a woman with a truly good heart." When Tina saw through outside appearances, she found true love.
Tina and the prince returned to the castle and got married. Her two sisters, she just discovered it, were very unhappy. The handsome husband ignored his wife.
Ignored.
The handsome husband ignored his wife and didn't talk to her. The wealthy husband made fun of his wife and gave her orders all the time. But Tina and her frog prince lived happily after.
No, happily.
Happily ever after. This is the end of this exercise. Thank you.